Today we're going to inspect Buckfast cross Welsh bees at the start of June. Hello, I'm Griff Rees, welcome to Gwyn and Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now today is pretty much the start of June and my main work is about to start. We've had quite an easy May, haven't had many swarming incidents at all, but we're definitely finding some queen cells now going on a week by week basis, and the start of the season is upon us down in South Wales. Now this is the main site and we're going to show you some Buckfast bees that I've got. In the previous video I inspected some Welsh black bees in May, and I'm going to show you now some Buckfast bees in June, just a couple of weeks later, to compare the difference in between the two. Now before we get into the video, if this is your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button and click that bell video so you're notified of when new videos go up. Let's get into it. Okay, so this side was doing really well at the start of the year. We're in a bit of a June gap at the minute. Hopefully it's not going to last much longer. The bramble, the clover, everything's starting to come into flower. Bees are up in the third box, which is good. Not much honey in that top box. Let's see if there's any honey in the second box. Hopefully there should be some honey. There used to be honey here, but it wouldn't surprise me if they've been eating at it. Oh, it's not bad. Bring that closer. Now that there though, that's fresh honey coming in. So they've definitely eaten a bit, but they've definitely now starting to refill, so the flow is back on. Great to see that now, because some of the bees I've had to give them a little bit of fondant, especially the smaller nukes, because they've just eaten through their entire reserves. And it's quite surprising, first time it's happened to me this early in the year, where it's been so dry in May that the plants just dried up and didn't produce any nectar at all. Now you can see straight away there's plenty of honey in the bottom box. My queen is through that wants to come up out there. They've eaten that entire frame. There's a little bit of honey down there, they're starting to draw a bit more, you can see there. But these bees have definitely been consuming through the honey, because this bottom box was full at the start of, well, say middle of May. So I remember it being full. But this hive, I haven't had to feed at all. We've hit the bad time and the bees are just eating the honey, and that's what it's all about. So I don't like feeding the bees in the main summer flow or the main season. That's why if I do feed bees this time of year, it's fondant. I don't want them to store anything. But these are probably eating a good box and a half of honey. As long as you get a good summer, that'll come back, and it's all about keeping the bees alive, and hopefully the bees will look after me at the end of summer. Right, well, that's the honey crop at the start of June, which in South Wales, it's not too bad. If we didn't get hit by that drought, then I would have had easy 2 boxes of honey off this hive. Let's get into the brood. Okay, so into the brood box. I like to get as many bees off the queen excluder as I possibly can before I take her off, just in case the queen is on there. Remember the trick, always shake this above the brood box, just in case. Right. We're going to start on this end and then work back through it. But as you can see, the box is full. Some lovely pollen frame there. All that is pollen there. All of that. Little bit of honey, a little bit of pollen on the back as well. So shake the bees off, and you can see the pollen much clearer there now. And we're going to put that to the side, out the way. Always shake the bees off just in case the queen is on there. I didn't see her there, but it's just really good habit. Because I'm putting that frame down to the side, outside the box, I want to keep the bees inside the box. And start the inspection. So we've got some drone comb there. Little bit of eggs, little bit of pollen. Drone on the other side there. These are definitely laying a lot less. That drought's come in and queen stopped laying as much. We're in some solid brood now. Eggs brood in all stages, and we've got a queen cell. Bring that closer. So that there is just a dud, that's nothing. But that there, that is a proper queen cell. So if I find the queen today now, I'm gonna make a split. But if not, I'll just have to cut that queen cell out now. Make sure they don't go. So that's all I'm going to do. Just take our queen cell, take it out. But as expected, these bees are going to want to swarm with me now. Plenty of brood again. She's laying these frames up pretty good. Solid broom pattern in the middle there, but there's eggs right round, so they definitely slow down for a bit. Always a good trait. There's nothing worse than when there's no honey coming in, but your bees, they continue to lay maximum pressure, maximum numbers coming through the hive, but the food just isn't coming through. So quite surprising, Buckfast sometimes they will just power right through, or they can end up starving themselves. There's a little bit of Welsh black cross in this, and that's giving them a bit of care. Lovely frame here. Solid brood there, almost covering the entire frame. And the same that side. Now, is that a queen cell? No, that's just a little cup. There's nothing in there. Just a fresh egg. You don't have to worry too much about them. There's just the one queen cell we've seen so far. If you haven't noticed, this is a commercial hive, not a national hive. Frames are much bigger. Again, some queen cells down there, they're old ones, I can just see by them. We don't have to worry about them. If you just want to see the frame, bring it up to your face and blow on the bees and they just disperse out the way. The brood's looking pretty good. Haven't seen that queen yet. Guaranteed today, now that I'm doing the video, I'm not going to find her. Too much pressure. Notice how quiet these bees are. They're not that bothered that I'm here. Another lovely frame. There we go, that's another queen cell with those two up the top. There's just a fresh egg in there, don't have to worry too much about them. So you will find the queen will lay in another queen cell, but the bees, they won't draw the cell out. It's only when you see it charged is the term, and there's a little grub in there full of royal jelly. That's when you got to worry about. So there's a couple more this side I can see straight away. Just want to see if the queen is on this frame. I'll show you the queen cells quick. So just blow on these cells. One, two, three. But there. It's always worth, when you're finding queen cells, take them out as you're going through, so you don't have to go back over yourself then. I'll have to shake the bees off this frame. I think there might be a couple more queen cells in there, so I'm just going to lightly shake the bees back into the box. I'm quite right. There was one in there. So, safe to say, they didn't want to supersede. They're swarming, these bees have got on their mind. What looks like they're an old queen cell which has hatched out. Plus, obviously from last year, there's plenty of fresh eggs in here. These bees haven't stopped laying at all. There's so many bees on the frame. And this queen is marked, but the paint just doesn't last on them at all. The bees clean it off so fast. But as a breed, the Buckfast is absolutely lovely to work with. Quiet on the frame, they're not trying to sting me at all, not even one has come up to my face yet. These bees you could easily do without a suit, but as I'll go later on working down the line, that's going to be next to impossible to do with some of the Welsh blacks I've got here. Lots more fresh eggs in there. They've definitely been knocked back a bit by the lack of flow. Right, last frame. That's just an empty frame. Oh, brood on that side, lovely. And there's a queen cell there. They're the ones that you miss. They hide it down the side there, and you don't see them in your inspection, so we're just going to give that a little crush. Make sure that doesn't want to swarm. Yeah, didn't see the queen today, not that bothered. Going to make a little note now that this hive wants to swarm, and I'll have to split this next week on my inspections next week. If you've got only a few hives and this was a big deal, you could go back through the frames now to hopefully find the queen, but that's all the time I'm going to spend on this hive now. I know she's not going to swarm for a good 7-8 days. No don't need for me to waste any more time finding a queen now. I'll sort that out next week, because guaranteed there's going to be probably 6 or 7 more hives that I'm going to go through today that they're going to have queen cells, and I'm going to have to split if I see the queen. If not, cut the queen cells out until I find the queen. Well, that's it. That's an inspection done there. Lots of things to see there. Hopefully you've gained a lot of knowledge and some hints and tips on that inspection. Now, as you can see, the Buckfast bee is a lovely bee to work with. Very, very good layer. Because this has been crossed with a little bit of Welsh black, as the honey has stopped coming in, they've reduced the lay down a little bit, so they're not consuming as much, because they've eaten a fair bit there over the last couple of weeks. But they're just lovely to work with. They're not trying to sting you or anything. They're quite quiet on the frame, and this is my favourite type of bee, the Buckfast. Buckfast cross Welsh, that's another good mix as well. Some people say they can go a bit nasty on the cross. I find the Buckfast, Danish Buckfast and the Welsh black bee, that's kind of a nice cross. It's only when you start crossing maybe an Italian bee with the Welsh black bee, then sometimes they can get a bit feisty. But as you can see, this cross of bee is pretty good. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, if you like this video and you want to watch more of the same kind of content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try my best to put a new video every week. Thanks for watching.